sharp, get ready for the talk. Join host Jerry McKee, he's the man with the show. From mayors to musicians, let the good times flow. Grab a seat and settle down, get ready for a ride. Incredible guests lined up, let's take it in stride. Voices from your community, stories to be told. With every conversation, let the magic unfold. Join the prime time, come on, tune in. Engage in discussions where the fun begins. With Jerry McKee at the helm of the stream. Experience the vibes, live the dream. From Ronnie McDowell to the Oak Ridge Boys, connecting us all through laughter and joys. Every guest a treasure, a beacon of light. Each story a journey, taking flight. Get to know the people who shape our days. With Jerry leading the way, we'll be amazed. So grab your coffee, it's time to unwind.
Well, hello, I'm Jerry McKee. It is 7 o'clock on a Monday, and I hope you had a great work day, beginning to work. Kids are back in school. How time flies and the summer's gone away. But you know, one thing ain't gone away, and that is the beach music. We've got Pat Gwinn as our guest tonight, and he is the king of the beach music. I think he's been doing it since 2001, and he has got his music, his voice, all across the country and in other countries. So enough about me or him. We'll bring him on and let's see what Pat has for us today. Hey, Pat.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I am doing great. What about you?
I'm doing well. It's kind of hot and sticky. We got storms running through, but it's August. If you don't like the weather, wait about 15 minutes. It'll change.
Exactly. That's one thing about the South Carolina music. Well, music changes too, but the weather is that it does get, a little warm. And I had the great idea of saying, you know what? I'm going to broadcast out on my porch today. It's going to be nice this morning. It's going to be real good.
Yeah.
It is hot. I got a fan above me and one blowing on the side here.
It's always like that.
Now, the other morning, Friday morning, it was 63 degrees. Could you believe that?
Wow. Yeah. Unbelievable.
But, and people don't realize that you are a syndicated DJ, that you put music out there. And what I like, Pat, is that a lot of these new musicians that come in, they want to get some play time and air time. And it's very hard and difficult to get on some of these stations anymore.
Sure.
It's like that, to kind of say, well, no, well, you got to do this, you got to do that right there. But I know you listen to it and you just sort of, hey, yes, yeah, let me, and you're great for that. Now, a question for you is that you've been launching your music since 2001.
Yeah.
And how has the preservation of Carolina beach music changed since it first hit the waves, when you first hit the waves?
2001, we were doing a show in Abbeville, South Carolina, where I lived. And it was an Oldies station, 92.9 ZLA. And Oscar came in and said, we need to liven things up a little bit. Let's do something different on Friday afternoon. So he came up with the idea of doing a beach music show. I had no beach music whatsoever, very limited knowledge of any of it. But there was a postman by the name of Charlie Holtzclaw in Abbeville, brought me 4 or 5 of the big box sets of repeat records. And from that day on, we started building that show. We had a station in Newberry, which was also co-owned BCU at one time, Jimmy Coggin's station. And they wanted to carry this show. So we started putting on reel to reel, if you remember what that is. And we would take that show to Newberry every weekend. And then we had a station in Columbia said, hey, we'd like to have it. So we tried to work a way of syndicating it where it wouldn't be so labor intensive for me. Since 2001, when we started that, we're now in 183 countries, almost 200 radio affiliates every week. Just with the beach music show, we expanded into Carolina beach music. We have a soul vault, which is Motown, Stax, Atlantic, chess, and all that. We have a classics hit show, the big hits of the 70s and 80s, Huey Lewis and the News, Madonna, and all those folks. And then our weekly countdown of the top 10 of the week in Carolina beach music. And we even have a daily show that's called the Midday Beach Party that about 24 station carries every day at noon. So I'm never bored.
Well, the next time I go on a cruise, I usually have these trivia questions.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing you with me because, with all the music that you and the different varieties of it.
Yeah.
Now, which one do you really like best? I mean, what is your best? I don't know. You that's your go-to music.
That's kind of like saying which child of yours is your favorite. I can tell you this: if my middle son had been born first, it'd have been the only child. I think I love the Motown. I love that because two reasons, Jerry. First of all, that's where the music came from. The term beach music was coined in the 70s by Jackie Gore and General Johnson and a few others that came up with this idea, and Johnny Barker. Summertime's Calling Me, the story behind that song, for example. Johnny was driving to Appalachian State University for a gig with the Catalinas. He started thinking of different things to sing about. Summertime's Calling Me, sit there in the sand, watch the golden tans go by. And the term beach music came about when Caucasian kids would come to the beach. They would hear the music at Charlie's or at the Pad or at any of the other clubs along the Grand Strand. And it was not Caucasian music. And they went home and said, where is that music? Where's that beach music that we heard and we loved? What it turned out to be was Billy Scott, Willie T., all the classics, O.C. Smith and those guys, the Clovers, Catalinas. It's kind of like they fell in love with the sound, and Motown really generated that movement. And it kind of caught on and stayed here in the Carolinas.
Now, I know that you and I guess Kathy Bennyfield was you and she's executive producer. You took this specific sound into a national syndication.
Yeah.
I know that just playing around the beach and things like that, of course, everybody wants to hear beach music and like this.
Yeah.
How did that work going to other countries that maybe didn't have a beach, not close by anyway?
Well, it's kind of unique to explain to people in Philadelphia what Carolina beach music is, or to LA. Jerry, we actually have affiliates in New York, Boston, Philadelphia, New Jersey, Los Angeles, Fort Worth, Texas, that carry our shows. And they love it. I mean, my emails get blown up every week wanting to hear more of the Embers or the Catalinas or Gary Lauder and Smoking Hot. Those guys travel all over the place trying to promote their music and their passion for the music. What scares me a little bit, Jerry, is that time is taking a toll, I think, on the industry. You've got to have a lot more young talent to become into the scene because, let's face it, most of these guys are 60, 70 years old. And they're performing anywhere from 2 to 4 nights a week on your back patio in that 80-degree weather and the humidity, loading in all that equipment, unloading it, performing, getting paid very little. And it's a passion. It's kind of like being a DJ or kind of like being a minister. You're at the mercy of the people that support you. And I think the biggest thing that we did was 7 years ago, we put the show on Friday nights in New York City. I love that. 95.1 WOLD, 105.7. Their HD channel gets into Philadelphia, New York City, Staten Island, all of it. We get requests from New York all the time for different artists. We're on in London, Toronto, Australia. I mean, I can go on and on and on and bore you to death with all the locations. But the best part is they become family. The people that listen become family. We have a lady that lives in Manalapan, New Jersey. It took me the longest time to ever figure out how to pronounce some of those town names in New Jersey. Her name is Liz Grace, and her husband John, daughter Blair, and Allison. They became family. In fact, they send our granddaughter Christmas gifts, Easter gifts, back to school stuff. So it becomes an extended family to a big part, and especially down here in the Carolinas, when people recognize you or your voice and they say, I know you. You may have never met them, but they know you from the persona that you've put off over the years. I started in radio when I was about 14 or 15. My dear friend Jack Roper, who all of you know and love,
Oh, yes.
was working at BCU in Union. I grew up next door to his parents on South Church Street in Union. At the age of 14, I was on my bicycle driving up to BCU. Ed Osborne would run me out of the station. Lynn Sinclair, Jack, all of them. Bill Stribling, go, get out. Finally, they said, all right, learn how to do this stuff and get out of our way. So that's how all that started. Jack Roper was so kind to teach me how to operate the board, especially during Carolina football games. He said, when you hear Bob Fulton say, this is the South Carolina Gamecock Network, you press this button, then this button, and when it's all over, you throw that switch back, and boom, the game will come right back up. I thought that was magic.
Well, someone remember when a friend from NMB was traveling in Ireland when she heard someone listening to Pat Gwinn at the beach? From
Oh, yeah. That was pretty cool. That was an awesome story. They were talking about it on the plane or something. Freaked her out. I heard that voice, and she was like, oh, my gosh, it's Pat. So that was pretty cool all the way over in Ireland. But I love the music. I love radio. You know, radio has been my life forever. And I just think it's one of the best things I've ever done. Jerry, I was really entranced with it when I was 6 or 7 years old. I was kind of curious. I would listen to the radio, and Bill Stribling was on when I was a kid. And I was impressed that how did that band get in there, do that song? And in the time that 2 commercials ran, another band was in there performing. I didn't have a clue there were records. I thought the bands kept coming in and out. That's how a 6-year-old little boy thinks. So I had to find out, but I've fallen in love with it and have never looked back.
You know, I was a DJ back in Saltville, Virginia, AM station up there, up in the cow pasture in the top of the hills up there. And
Great.
And it was kind of funny because I just knew, you know, and the guy told me, so, well, you got to have a distinct voice here to have this. I said, okay. He said, now I want you to put this pencil in your mouth and kind of talk and say these words like that. And I said, this kind of sounds crazy. But I did, being naive like that. And he laughed. I mean, I guess, you know, I was excited about wanting to be a DJ there. I guess if he told me to go stand on my head outside, it'd help me. I would have done it. I'd have done it.
Do you remember the old, what was it, the third-class license you had to have back then?
Yes,
the questions on the test itself were so stupid. What do you do at the end of the night? Where do you take the transmitter? I mean, it's just to see if you're paying attention. So it was always fun.
Well, you know, it's funny how you brought that up because I had the license. I was learning how to fly, and I had to get radio telephone license to fly.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like the same license that I actually used for that.
So I can fly a plane.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, all kind of stuff that we had to do back then. And I always love this one here is that and people do not understand it, and I heard them say it even today, is that what do they talk about turning their thing down after 5 o'clock or after when the sun goes down? You got license that you can only have so many wattage between sunrise and sunset, whatever time it is.
Absolutely. Here's an example. WBCU in Union, when the sun started to go down, we went to a 3-tower directional system. If you're driving down toward Buffalo and look behind Midway Barbecue, you may see Amy coming in or whatever, but there are 3 towers there. That's a 3-tower directional antenna. One goes to West Union, one goes back towards Spartanburg, the other goes back toward Lockhart and Whitmire. And it's a very low signal. It was probably 25 to 40 watts at that time, but during daytime, we were a 1,000-watt station. You could hear it in Newberry, Spartanburg, all the way around the loop. And then comes along the translators where you could place it on FM like they have 103.5 now for WBCU. And that was a big change for a small town station to be able to go completely onto FM. That would have been a blast back in the day.
Exactly. Now, I remember when FM came in, AM was the station that you had to have. And I remember saying it myself, FM, it ain't going to last. Who's going to listen to that right there?
Yeah.
And boy, did time change.
Well, it changed big time in the upstate when Larry Garr and Monty Dupuis came along and put Whistle 100 on the air. It was LBG out of Lawrence, Gray Court, Greenville. That thing was a flamethrower, a 100,000-watt station, still one of the best stations in the country. But that was a big game changer for the entire market.
And, I just love the timing because, we grew up when the music 50s, 60s, and we had the huge boom boxes. Now, our phones gives out that sound.
Yeah.
And we lugged around, and the bigger the box, the cooler you were.
You were the man. That's right. That's right. And I hate it for kids that don't know what reel-to-reel tapes are. I remember having to do commercials and go in there, for example, back when Community Cash was open, where my sweet sister Cindy worked for years and years, which became Piggly Wiggly before they closed it. I would do that commercial, and suddenly Harold Jett was the general manager there. He would call and say, I need to change. We've ran out of this, or we've run out of this. And I'd have to go redo that entire commercial, take an hour to do a 30-second commercial because you were splicing and dicing and had to get it just right. The jingle had to hit just right. And now you can do an entire show like I do, a 2-hour show in a matter of 30 minutes with computers and not have to touch a thing but your mouse.
Well, those reel-to-reels, they were the, and actually, if you go buy one now, it is very, very expensive.
Yes, sir.
They haven't dropped in prices. They
No.
actually, if anything, it went up.
Yeah.
But we had the 16 channel.
Yeah.
And for people who don't know what 16 channel is that you can use your voice. Get your Diet Coke right now, and then you go back and you put the music in it. Then you go back and put a little jingle thing in it, and
Oh yeah, create all kind of monstrous stuff.
Good stuff. But it was fun doing things like that.
It really was.
And I know you probably drive your wife crazy on time. You always
Absolutely.
look at your watch, look at the clock, always looking at that.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you'll see my eyes drop. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
See where we are here.
We say time is money in the radio
That's exactly
business.
right. Boy, Ed Osborne believed that.
You selling time. But that's why people say, well, why didn't they go any longer? And even on television, they watch the clock. They got to watch that time. And you got a commercial coming up at 1:45, and the customer's paying you for their commercial to be at 1:45.
You better hit it.
You better hit it.
Yeah. You better time that song out just right and get out of it.
You get a phone call, right?
Oh, real quick. They used to have hotlines back then. I think it was 5252 there in Union. A little red light would start flashing in the radio station. Fred Delk just yelling his head off. There's a name from the past.
Yeah, and another thing that people don't realize too, that they don't hear it anymore, is that ticker, 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 ticker. The news. You had to go back to the API and to telenews, and yank that thing off. And now I got to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
And I know you read those API things that come out. And didn't they have some of the craziest news stories you ever heard on there?
Oh, yeah. They had some great stuff on Friday for weekend promos. That was probably some of the best stuff ever. That's where Wolfman Jack and everyone got their satire, was pulling it off of some of those things.
Yeah, and I mean, you be reading it along, so and a gorilla escaped over here and went and raided all these bananas and got this right here. It was just crazy.
Oh yeah,
was.
it was a lot of fun. Well, Jack Roper was very good at that creative mode. If you remember back, Jack Roper would have a helicopter sound effect that he was doing, excuse me, traffic on Main Street. He would say that so-and-so is walking into Smith Jewelers, or there's Barbara Rippey or whatever, and just people ate it up just to hear their name and to make it part of the community.
Right. Now, your show has been nominated multiple times and won so many awards: Carolina Beach Music Academy, the Best Syndicated Show. I mean, you're just like, all these awards, and you ought to be just proudly to get these awards, because these awards, it's not just coming from 2 or 3 individuals. This is
Right.
people putting in votes and things across the country.
The biggest one I think that I appreciated the most, we had 5 years in a row of Reader's Choice Award here locally for Best Radio Personality, which is very flattering because we have some incredible talent in Myrtle Beach in this market. The biggest thing was Hilton Head. In April, we went to Hilton Head, the South Carolina Entertainment Music Hall of Fame, inducted me into their Hall of Fame. And that was very flattering. I was on the stage with Jim Ballard, if you remember Jim, and Howard Hudson doing the Casey Kasem tribute that they're doing across the country. And coming up in November, I'll be inducted into the Carolina Beach Music Hall of Fame. And that one will mean a great deal because I've been with the CBMA as an advisor way back in the day, and left the board of directors and all that, and just watched it grow. And we do all we can. If you ever hear one of my shows, you'll hear ads for the CBMA to be a part of that weekend in November. It's a 4-day celebration of the best of all the best, and you'll see virtually every star. This year, we have Jimmy Hall from Wet Willie will be there. We have Tim Cashin of Grand Funk. If you can make it to that show November the 8th at the Alabama Theater, you may see Grand Funk on stage.
Oh, wow.
Eddie Floyd from Stax Records, knock on wood. He will be there.
Yeah,
we got a lot of great stuff coming up.
All right, and a lot of these artists, like you said earlier, they're getting some age, but they are passionate for what they do.
Absolutely.
They love the music. They love the crowd. They love the people. That's why I like to talk to a lot of the ones that's growing up now, the younger ones that's getting into music, and just letting them know. So it's not an easy field. No. And you got to work hard for it. It's not just something that just all of a sudden pops and you're gone with it.
Yeah, not at all. There are a lot of variables, a lot of people. There's a lot of collaboration, a lot of patience from a spouse. BCU and Union started in 1949, opened up the same time as Holcomb Funeral Home. That's how old the company is. And they have been there serving the community. They will continue to service the community. I'm thrilled that our show remains there on Sunday evenings at the moment. I'm not sure where to land later, but no matter what, we'll be there in our hometown. And that meant a great deal that Ryan and Tyler felt that my legacy with the station and legacy with the community and ties to the community and my career was still important enough for them to carry our show. And I appreciate that a great deal. We get comments from David Kingsmore. I mean, I can go on and on. Coach Parks, I remember her as Coach Parks. Now it's Janice at the Shag Club. But there are some wonderful people in Union. And I hope and pray that Miss Barbara is listening to the moon and back. You know how much I love you. Jerry, his true story, I was on the air one day, struggling. I mean, I would take a breath and I would start coughing, take a breath and I would just lose it. She got so tired of hearing it. She and Bobby walked up to the station, had Drexoral, NyQuil, Gatorade, everything you can think of. sat it down on the control room table and said, "Don't say another word until you take this stuff." That became family to me. I love her to pieces.
Well, and that's one thing about a small community like we have
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely.
People come together, and that's why I love doing the live streams and some events they have, and
Sure.
just to bring community together. And don't charge them to do that because I'm part of the community, and
That's
I
right.
want to show. And this is a good community. It is.
It
We
is.
get a bad rap sometimes, but you know what? Every big city and every little city gets those, but we're kind of like a gossip center because we're so close. You know how close families are.
Yeah.
We talk about stuff and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if I did about a tenth of what I've been accused of, I'd have been dead a long time ago.
now, shag dancing is
Yeah.
synonymous with the genre of what classic track of your playlist never fails to get people up on the dance floor?
If ever there's a dance floor empty, Lady Soul, Temptations, every man will grab that woman's hand and come to the store, come out on the floor.
That is my wife's favorite when I'm
That's it.
playing. I call myself the porch DJ here in
Oh, cool.
I'm out here in the country,
Yeah.
and neighbors will send me a message or call me and say, "Hey, can you play this?" And so they're outside in the yard listening to it, and that's one of the songs, of course.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
play there. Hey, let's take some look at some pictures.
Sure.
I'll put us down below it, and let's.
See if we can do the play-by-play.
There we go. And
Wow.
put us down here a little bit. Nah, that's too much for us. We're going to the bottom here.
There you go.
Yeah, but I tell you what.
You almost there. You
There
go.
we go. I like it better that way.
There you go.
All right, right now we're showing that the top 10 countdown, and when I think of this on the countdown, I'm thinking always hearing like Casey Kasem and
Oh, sure.
they come down, but you've got some great stations there
Yeah.
that your top 10 countdown is on.
Yeah, that's probably the core of our stations. It's a 5,000-watt station in Rockingham, North Carolina. You can hear it without a radio almost. It goes into Columbia, Rockingham, all the way up to Charlotte. The Laurinburg station covers Laurinburg, Robeson County, and some others. In Anderson, we have two FM signals, 89.5 and 94.9, Wahala. That's what the call letters stand for anyway.
Oh,
VCU and Union occasionally carries the top 10. The station in Shelby carries every show that I can create, which is very flattering because they have such a cluster of stations. When you see OHS Shelby, that's 5 other radio stations with it. We're also on in King, North Carolina, Winston-Salem, and many more. We're on in Alabama, hard to believe, but Gadsden, Alabama, the home of Lanny Thomas and the 10 Times Band.
yeah.
So we're on there as well. So the top 10 is the songs of the week. I take all the requests. You should see my email. We have a designated email for that. We get anywhere from 100 to 200 emails a day just requesting songs for the countdown. And we start at number 10. We don't stop till we reach number 1. And the longest standing was North Tower with Pretty Lady. That song was at the top of the chart for over 30 weeks. So
All right,
it's a good battle.
Now,
Yeah.
see the Billboard Hot Top 100 songs in 1970.
Yeah,
All right,
that's the greatest hit show.
Who created the logo there? I like that.
That's pretty cool. Benny Warshaw at Web Pro International in Savannah, Georgia, did that for us. He's a very good friend. He created a couple of our websites as well. It pretty much says it all, doesn't it? The Hot 100, the year. That's our classic hit show, The Golden Hour.
Yes, you can't. Good 70s music. Disco. We had some outfits back then, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is Too Much Sylvia right here. That's Rick Lee on the far right. He's the keyboard player and the owner of the group. There's Steve along with the other two guys. Too Much Sylvia, many of you may remember the core of that group went all the way to number 2 on the Ed McMahon Star Search as the group Sugar Creek.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So that's that legacy there. And Beach Music TV, that is something that I have partnered with, along with Stephen Murphy and Tommy Parker. We are putting together Beach Music TV. It's already online, beachmusictv.com. You can see your favorite beach music videos, interviews, and things like that. And we'll have Jerry on ours in return this favor very soon. But it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all sorts of channels. We have country music. We've got everything you can think of.
Wow. Yeah, I was intrigued by it. I said, whoa, Beach Music TV, that's pretty cool. That's like,
and,
MTV.
And it streams on Roku.
Right, like, it kind of takes you back to days of I Want My MTV when it first
Oh,
started
yeah.
out with the videos and things like that.
Yeah.
Then VHS got in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, it also streams on Roku. If you have Roku, you can pull it up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I've got Roku.
There you go.
Now, you
Midday
also,
Beach Party is a 1-hour show. It's upbeat sounds to get you through your lunch hour, the work day, to ignore your boss when you can. Just try to get your mindset far away as far as you can from work for a little bit while you're eating that lunch in that brown bag with that big greasy stain on the front of it. Just enjoy your lunch.
that's pretty good, cool logo also. Now, you
Oh,
got
I
the
love
golden hour. I guess that's kind of settling down and on a hard day and just kind of listen.
Yeah, just kind of a
Nice.
chill out moment. We do the Golden Hours, a mixture of the 70s and 80s iconic hits. That's our pretty much yacht rock show. I didn't want to use the term because a lot of people don't care for yacht rock, but when they hear it, they love it, but they don't like the label. It is what it is.
And who's this cool
Oh.
guy?
That's an old fella there. Man, that's a good one. Favorite stations all around the country. I'm very flattered that you're doing this. It means a great deal. Thank you.
Well, I thought that's pretty good. I said, wow, yeah, and you're all around the country. I mean, it's not just you're not just at the beach at one place. You're all over the place.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. Little Red had a birthday over the weekend. He started playing with the Tams when he was 7 years old. His dad, Joe Pope, Charles Pope, Diane, his mom, in the bottom left, was married to Joe and to Charles.
Wow. Yeah, I
Not
seen
at, but
where,
not at the same time.
he had a birthday there. So I got to give him a birthday shout out.
Yeah, I love Little Red. He's a wonderful guy. I wish I had his energy. Oh, man.
Who's that Tucker guy over there on the left?
That is Doug Gray of the Marshall Tucker Band. I love Doug. He is one of the sweetest, most huggingest people you'll ever meet in your life. You're not going to get away from him. He's going to hug you before you walk off.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his things that come across Facebook and all, and
Yes,
then,
sir.
of course, I'm Marshall Tucker Band. Everybody loves them around here, and
Oh, absolutely. He's a very good friend. We meet about once or twice a month, and we try to spend time together. He was one of the first people I ever interviewed when I was in Radio and Union.
yeah. Well, no, I haven't interviewed him yet. I need to do that.
I'll send you his number.
All right, great. And who's the guy on the right with the karaoke mic?
Oh, that's Johnny B. Johnny B is the multi-award-winning DJ of the year. He's club DJ up in the Charlotte, Monroe area. Kings Mountain is where he lives. Johnny's won more awards than Susan Lucci.
Wow.
He just brings so much excitement to the floor. I mean, everybody loves him. He's that smile is you'll see that smile if he's doing 2 hours or 8. You're going to see that all the way through. He's one of the best.
Yeah, he looked like when I was looking at the picture, I said, this guy would be fun.
Oh, he is a blast. Johnny B's Carolina Beach Party. That's him again. We had presented him with a Legend Award. For the last 3 years, we created a Pat Gwinn at the Beach Legend Award, people that have influenced Carolina beach music. And last month, Johnny was the recipient of that award. Others included Leroy Harper, if you know that name, from James Brown Band.
Right.
Johnny Barker, Catalina's, Jackie Gore, Terry Gore, Craig Woolard of the Embers. The list goes on and on. This is the first DJ we ever presented an award to, and I
Wow.
pretty much made 80 other DJs upset. but that's all right.
And was that the South Carolina? You're part of it. I can't think of it.
You're talking about the Carolina Beach Music Academy?
Well, that and also
The
Hall of
Entertainment
Fame,
Music?
no, South Carolina Hall of Fame.
No, sir.
Oh,
No,
okay.
that's one that we actually give out ourselves on the
Oh,
radio
okay.
station. Yeah,
All
we
right.
do that one. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him there one day. That is one of our affiliates, the fun one, 99.1, 94.3. That is in Monroe, North Carolina. It's a commercial-free radio, and that's a pain, Jerry. I have to create so many different shows and then go back and add commercials, go back and take commercials out. But they're licensed as a non-com in that area. But they're one of the multi-award winning stations of the year for Carolina Beach Music, and you got to be there.
Wow. And they have no commercials?
None whatsoever. It's all listener supported.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. Same with WSGE, Gaston College. Any of the college stations are pretty much that way. We have a station in San Diego, San Marcos, for example, KKSM, that carries our shows. We have to send them the non-com as well.
All right. Well, I used to live in Monroe, North Carolina.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, you're not going to believe what I was doing there. I was actually managing a restaurant, and hold on to your hat. It was called Wiener King.
Congratulations.
Yes. And when I tell my wife that, she kind of sniggles a little bit. I said, "You think
Yeah,
it's
I would
funny?"
imagine. I left it alone.
I said, "You think it's funny?" I used to work
Yeah.
with this company that the exterminator, and I had a little bitty truck with a huge bug on top.
Oh, man, you had to love that. I know you miss
Oh.
those days.
Oh yeah, well, it's good. Good time back then.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you just had this right here. The deadline was July 15th, but that
Yeah.
one's show.
Well, coming up this Friday, the deadline you see there is to join in order to nominate. Today is the Friday the 7th is the last day to send your nomination ballot in. For
okay.
example, Song of the Year, Collaboration of the Year, Album, Group of the Year, Entertainer, Male Vocalist. I mean, the list is pretty extensive. But a lot of people jockey for that position, believe me. It's a lot of fun, though. That's a great weekend. Hopefully you and Edna can come down and be a part of it.
Well, we will be. I know we'll be down in October, down
Good.
that way.
Wonderful.
So, now, this, of course, is the Music Awards here, the Carolina Beach Music Award on the left, and you are the winners of the Read It Show. You've been, what is it, 5 years in a row, or?
5 years in a row with that one. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. You must be doing something right there, I believe.
Maybe. I'm sure. Some may argue with you, but I hope people see what we're trying to do. I just, the whole thing was to celebrate the music, celebrate the artist. These guys bust their tail, Jerry, all the time.
Oh,
They feel
yes.
very little pay, little in return. I had a good friend. His name is Art. His wife, Terry. Love them both to death. They're with Gary Lauder and Smoking Hot. He is one of the most prolific sax players you'll ever hear play. Played with pneumonia. Now, sax player with pneumonia. He finished the gig. She rushed him to the hospital, and he was back playing a week later. I mean, that's how dedicated these guys are.
I mean, I like that sign. I like neon lights and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like that. And of course, we talked about the beach party, midday beach party. So
Yeah.
people can go, and people, I was going to tell you too, just scan that QR code and it takes you right to the website, and you can follow Pat and his music and listen to the music. You can just do everything right there on that website. So see, we take the typing out. We don't miss anything. All you do is take your phone, scan it, and tap on it, and you are there, and you get there quick.
Yeah. Another thing I want to tell you about real quickly, we in the process of two things. I'm writing a children's book, like I have time, but it's It's called Papa, What is Beach Music? I have a 6-year-old granddaughter that asked me that one day, and I said, well, how do you explain to a 6-year-old what beach music is? So we started working on that. We're working on the illustration now. Hopefully we'll have that done by Christmas. A movie is coming out. It's called Shaggers Have More Fun. It's a portrait of the Carolina Shag and the music. That'll be coming to a theater soon. I co-produced that with Timothy Green. It is sponsored by Joe Mays, Smokin' Joe Mays of J&G Fence Company in North Carolina, along with Judge Jesse Caldwell III. They were the big backers on that. We filmed tons of footage of people shagging and bands performing all around the festivals in the Carolinas. And that movie should be out sometime before the end of summer, early fall.
Oh, be sure to let me know.
I will.
Definitely. Wow. Man, you just kind of all around the place there. And
I got nothing to do.
yeah, I don't see how you get about that. I mean, people don't realize how long it takes for you to produce and put these shows together. It's not an easy task. They think, oh, just put it out there and all. And, we're talking about voices and using different voices like that. Okay, let's hear Pat Gwinn's voice as he's doing the show. So we're going to flip over to that and see if he sounds the same right now as he does on this promo.
Hello again, everyone. It's Pat Gwinn. Everyone loves music. Everyone loves to talk. Join me for our all-new show, Tunes and Talk, from the creators of Pat Gwinn of the Beach, The Soul Vault, and the Beach Music Countdown. Interviews with stars such as Bill Champlin and the C Word, and I just admire the incredible...
The C Word, I love it.
The other C Word. Jesse Peck of the Spinners.
It always be that unique Motown Philly sound that the fans have come to love and enjoy.
Earl Young of the Tramps.
So everybody always asks me, why is there 2 M's in the name Tramp?
And many more. The greatest hits of the 70s and 80s. Coming soon to a station near you. Tunes and Talk from PatGwinnRadio.com.
Coast to coast and around the world, this is the Soul Vault.
For decades, he was the signature voice of the Tower of Power. Now, Lenny Williams tells the story of, well, it could have been his life story.
Yes, you could say that Shoo-Doo Foo-Foo-Ooh is my life story. I mean, it definitely happened to me.
All right, now your voice is the same. I'm jealous of that. Because usually, if I did something like that, I have to say, "Hello, this is Jerry McKee right here." And I'm taking the voice, They come up and say,
Yeah.
"That can't be your voice. You got a squeaky voice."
Well, I
And,
appreciate you playing that.
yeah, and people just go to his website, you scan it, go right there, and you can be right on the page, listen to stuff. All right, Pat, I got to ask you now. During the 70s,
Yes, sir.
did you have bell bottoms, the big collar shirt, silky shirt with 2 buttons and a button here? Of course, you got to have that, and a little chain going around there.
The Mr. T starter kit.
That was it. So did you get into that?
I hope you don't have a photo or anything like that. I'm sure someone from Union High School has a couple of photos from back in the day. That would be embarrassing.
Oh, I should have got a research on that one.
Oh,
yeah.
Ann would have brought you a few.
Oh,
I had hair down. I had hair on my shoulders. I mean, it was sad.
Well, back then it was the style. I had it.
It was.
My hair came down to here. Mine wouldn't grow very fast. It was down here. I wore the white pants, bell bottoms. I had the red shirt and the big wide white belt.
Yeah.
and white shoes, of
Well,
course,
the
patent
platform
leather.
shoes.
Yes, the big
Yeah.
thick ones,
You had to
tall.
get up in the air.
Yeah, and whenever they played some of them John Travolta songs, you know,
And you started going at it, didn't you?
oh yeah, we started like, well, I thought it was like him. I go whoop whoop like that. Oh man, I tell you,
Yeah, those were the days. Yeah, I
it was.
finished in 78 at Union High School, so I was right in the middle of it. That was a blast. I
Now,
remember old Guy Lane and Box Top and all those guys used to chase us all around that place, trying to keep us out of trouble.
now you frequently highlight icons like the Embers, Band of
Yeah.
Oz, Billy Scott.
Yeah.
How do you view as the modern flag bearers carrying this genre into the future?
You really want to make me make others mad.
Oh, of course.
I think if you want to see a tremendous show, go see Gary Lauder and Smoking Hot. Gary Lauder is originally from Minnesota, but he doesn't sound like it. If you were to close your eyes, I swear to you, on all things holy, you would think you were at an Earth, Wind, and Fire show or Chicago or Blood, Sweat, and Tears. They have anywhere from 4 to 5 horns on the stage and some of the most prolific players in the entire Southeast with that band. They're there.
I had the privilege of interviewing him and showing some of his music and things like
Yeah.
that. You're right. He was
He's a
awesome.
monster. He's
Now,
one of the best.
Yeah. Now, when you were hosting the show, what
Yes.
does your own perfect day at the beach look like when you're not hosting the show now?
Hanging out with my granddaughter. That's the best
Oh.
thing in the world. We have a 6-year-old granddaughter. We have a 4-year-old little granddaughter and a 2-year-old little grandson. So that's why, well, this was a week and a half after I got married. All this changed.
Same
not
thing
here.
happened.
It happens.
It
It either turns gray or turns loose, or
It
sometimes
happened.
both.
Mine was both.
Now, Denise and I met in a small town called Abbeville, and we just celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary last 2 Sundays ago, the 26th.
Well,
July.
happy anniversary to you both.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, if you could travel back in time to sit in on some historic Motown, Stack, or Chess Records
Yeah.
recording sessions, which one would you choose?
I think I would hang out with Wayne Jackson for days.
Ah.
Wayne Jackson was the monster player. He played the horn on 33 of the top 100 of all time. Stax, Motown worked with the Funk Brothers. He was the signature sound for Motown. They were the session people. The other would be Hal Blaine. He was the drummer that was with the Wrecking Crew. He was the drummer for the Monkees, for the Beatles. I mean, for everyone. While Mickey may have been there for the Saturday TV show that Cindy and Ann made me get up and watch, he was not the actual drummer on the recording sessions.
Drummers, especially when I'm videoing, it is so hard to video a drummer because he's always in the back, and the instruments and they cover him up. It just kind of sometimes I have to get up and go around and say, I got to get you over here or get him when I can.
Right.
But the drums to me sets the beat, especially when you got a good drummer like
Sure.
that.
You had mentioned the top band. I would be wrong not to mention the Band of Oz. 60 years, those guys are still performing. Keith Houston, Chuck French, original members still performing day in and day out. And
Wow.
the other would be Too Much Sylvia that you saw holding up the flag. They were Song of the Year last year. They're in contention for Song of the Year again this year. They never fail to amaze. If the hospital system or any of them plan to bring a beach band into Union for a shag event or just a fundraiser, I would highly recommend one of those three. I know that the Band of Oz comes there very often. But I think Too Much Sylvia would be incredible, and Gary would as well.
Yeah, I know the Chamber is starting to put more and more bands out there, and
Good.
they had the Madden Music. Those guys there, they did a phenomenal job, and they get some good bands there. So, and hopefully they'll get They'll get some beach music and shagging. Because, you know, you get that request all the time. Somebody say, "Hey, you got
Sure.
any shagging music?" When someone occasionally calls somebody that's old and 71 years old to DJ for them,
Yeah.
and that's some of the music they
You got to
ask.
play it for them. Well,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, I think Hot as a Pepper out of Greenville is a very good group as well.
yes,
Those
John
guys are
Hoyt,
incredible. Yeah.
John Hoyt, and Billy.
Billy Cook.
Yeah, I love the way they
Yeah.
pick at each other. They show their
Oh,
building skills.
they're animated all the time. There's not an off button whatsoever.
It's not. It's great.
They're incredible. They're fun to be around.
One last question before we
Yes, sir.
let's get top of the hour like that. What is the single most memorable piece of feedback you have received from a listener over your 25 years on the air?
I think the first one, I'll give you two. The first one was H.A. Thompson. I don't know if you know that name. H.A. Thompson was the #1 DJ in the Charlotte market when I was growing up. He was at WBT in Charlotte. He had a 27.4 share of the market in middays. Unheard of. Billboard's DJ of the Year 4 or 5 times in a row. I sent a cassette tape to him, air check. I didn't know what I was doing. It was one of my first weeks at the radio station union, sent it to him, and his advice back was quit now. So I don't know if I should have listened or not. But I think the other one has to come from a guy by the name of Bill Champlin, who was with Chicago. Bill said, as long as you're happy, as long as you're telling the story and it's a story that needs to be told, you'll never, ever run out of things to say. He said, just enjoy what you're doing and relax and have a good time with it.
That's basically what I do. It doesn't make a difference. I don't, big numbers, stuff. I don't care about that. Is that if one person likes it, that's got me. I just love doing it.
That's right. It's kind of therapy.
Wife says it's kind of, I talk too much and I just have to get it out.
You got to get it out.
Yes.
Well, I think I've heard Edna say 3 words my whole life.
Yes.
She doesn't get anything in.
That's probably looking at me saying, please shut up.
That's it.
Well, I want to play one of the 10 Times Band, Lanny's music here. He's just released and have it on there. And I'll play that to kind of end the show out. And I'll come back and hang on there. I'll come back and talk with you off the air. Okay.
All right, buddy.
Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
One of those long, hard weeks with too much coffee and not enough sleep. We don't need to wait another day, no girl, for you and me to get away. Oh baby, we're gonna meet at midnight on the beach, while the waves roll in and the whole world sleeps. We'll forget about tomorrow for a little while at least, and hold each other close at midnight on the beach. I can already see your smile, walking barefoot in the night, that ocean breeze blowing through your hair. Yeah, baby, I wanna hold you tight. No noise, no phone, just some sweet time alone. Oh baby, we're gonna meet at midnight on the beach, while the waves roll in and the whole world sleeps. We'll forget about tomorrow for a little while at least,
Well, thank you for watching. Had a great time with Pat Gwinn, and next week we're going to get to talk to someone who's going to give you some financial advice and 401k. So we're going to get serious, real serious next week, and see how you're spending your money and how you can save money. I'm Jerry McKee, and you have a great, great evening. God bless.